Our next guest speaker is an Explorers Club member, commissioner, and managing director of what will be the most viewed competitive event in man's history. To speak to you about this and the role of science fiction played bringing this about, please welcome Don Hartsell of the World Air League.
Well, greetings and good evening. First of all, I want to say thank you to our kind host, L. Ron Hubbard, and all those that are part of his world and lives. We have them to appreciate, and this is why we're here. I'm looking out at you, and frankly, I've seen a few of you over these last couple of days, and I'm going to have to say this. We dress up well, don't we? All right, let's give ourselves a round of applause. And first of all, this is for the people we're here to honor. You know, as a child, when I first started reading, I started reading science fiction. This is what started my imagination growing. It started at exploring. For me, there were no impossible limitations, no boundaries, no boxes in which my thoughts could be put. There was science fiction, and then there were science facts. I grew up at a time when man was reaching for the moon and dreaming of the stars beyond. It was science fiction that got me thinking and wondering, where is technology going? Where could it go? But it was the explorer within me that made me ask, what did we miss by not taking that path? Which experiment should we have pursued? And one of my fascinations has been to explore lost technologies, or more appropriately, technologies of lost arts. Faded out of existence should they have a second chance. And so one such technology is lighter than air travel. Consider the Zeppelin. Think about man's ascent into the heavens by the balloon. In the earliest of science fiction, Jules Verne wrote of touring and conquering around the world in 80 days. From this vision, I personally have been inspired. And so for now, more than 30 years in the planning, my own dream is now coming to fruition. And it's because of what you do as writers of science fiction and fantasy that I am honored here to be a part of this program that provides recognition for those who would dare to create, share their dreams of worlds imagined, visions realized, and science created. From this inspiration, I must say, I'm lucky. I know why, indeed, I am lucky. We are lucky because the vision of L. Ron Hubbard has grown and created this very event, the opportunity that we're here to celebrate, the Writers of the Futures. And its award is about looking at the blueprints of the future of mankind, or perhaps better said, that which we have discovered, a map that will chart our future and our future possibilities. Now, why am I here? What did I discover within me? What inspired me? Well, it was in 1976, during the time of our 200th birthday, as a nation, as we were celebrating our glorious bicentennial. I, at that time, was a hobo. I was a hitchhiker. I hopped freight trains. So I went from Texas. I wanted to see our nation's capital. And I wanted to see the bicentennial because I knew that I was not going to live to see the tricentennial. So time was to make the most of it, and that was then. And so in my travels, I stood in front of the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia on the 4th of July in 1976. I was at the official opening of the nation's birthday celebration in front of the National Archives. I got signed one of the documents that said that I was there and it's going to be opened at the tricentennial. From there, I made it to New York, just in time to watch the ending of the celebrations there, where the tall ships were coming down the Hudson River. So standing on the shores of Manhattan Island, I was there to see these majestic beauties under full sail glide down the Hudson River. The sky was blue, the men were proud, the children were playing, and of course, the women were beautiful. And so we're looking at clouds that were white, serene blue, but amongst all this pageantry, I stood back and I looked southwards to Liberty Island. and just above the outstretched torch of the Statue of Liberty, just above her hand, was the Goodyear blimp. I took a photograph. Now, pictures are something that are to remind us of who we were and where we were. Well, this particular photograph, it has been a seed, and it's one that I return to from time and time again. It seeded my imagination. And from it, I first conceived this vision and what it is to have a full scale of Zeppelins and skyships and have them compete for daring, glory, and fame. Now, this dream, this imagined dream, is now turning to fact, and is supported by science facts and science technology of today. To give this dream reality, I have formed the World Air League, and I have scheduled a historic race around the planet.